Okay, this is my final video for Comp 444. This is my final project in its glory. So I'm presenting to you today the outdoor waterproof watering system that's sensor driven with the FADS. And I'm going to show you where I was really successful and where things didn't go so well. So first of all, let's look at the system from the outside. So we've got two solenoids. One solenoid that runs the watering system that waters the tomato plants. It's currently actually in its watering cycle, which is great. Yeah, so, and I've got that all the way down the deck here. I'm building another line, so it's gonna water everything on the other side. Yeah, so, and then the other solenoid, the second solenoid is running the FADS system, which is the Feline Alert and Dissuasion System. Now, first of all, let's talk about what's working and what's not working. So we have a moisture sensor in our this is the sample tomato plant or soil. It takes a sample of this soil and measures whether or not the system should be watering. And this moisture sensor is working okay. It seems to be really sensitive to cold. So when it's cold in the morning, it doesn't read as clearly as it should, but it is working. So in order for the watering system to activate, the moisture level must be below a certain threshold. And I'm still kind of calibrating what that threshold is, again, because of temperature and stuff like that. And that's going to change over the summer too. So I'm not sure. So yeah, these moisture sensors, these are the capacitive ones. They're less likely to corrode over time. Oh, and just so you know, these normally, so underneath that tape, I've used liquid electrical tape, which makes it so that it covers up all of the electrical points. And then I've taped over top of that, so it is completely water sealed. Same with all of the joints here. They have the liquid electrical tape as well as just some tape over top, just covered up. But it is completely waterproof. I've tested that liquid electrical tape. It works fantastic. So a big challenge of doing this overall is to bring electronic parts outside and make sure that they're waterproof. That was a huge thing. So you'll notice the solenoids are also driven by wires as well. So underneath that, I'm not going to take it apart. Underneath that are points that are not only soldered, but they're covered in liquid electrical tape, as well as little twisty electrical knobs. And the unit itself, let's talk about this. So this is the photoresistor. It's a little glass jar that's actually glued in, and we've got the photoresistor there that determines what time of day it is. So it's going to water once in the morning, once at night. So if the light is above a certain threshold, it's going to start the morning water. Now, the reason I did that is because during the summer, all the time, the amount of light, or the time that the light daytime starts, changes every day just a little bit. So this way, it's not actually time driven, it's driven by the amount of sunlight. Also on the other side, I've installed an external port for plugging in the device. And this little unit here is just an extender, but it's a waterproof extender with a cap. So that way I can seal it up so that when I'm not using this, of course, it is completely watertight. In the front here, we have the waterproof ultrasonic sensor. These things, I bought two of them. Neither of them work correctly. It's a really sad state of affairs. So as it stands right now, the FADS system is not working. The code is fine. Everything's fine. I've tested that the FADS will, with using the ultrasonic detector that comes with, ultrasonic sensor that comes with the kit. But unfortunately, and that works fine. That works great. But these ones that I've been purchasing online, they're just garbage. They're trash. They don't work. So unfortunately, the FADS system is not working. So the FADS system is first solenoid, and that is attached to this little sprayer. So the idea is that if cats come up to our door and they're about to spray, that it would detect them, and then this sprayer would hit them. And again, the code and everything works great. I just need to get a sensor that works. So that system, unfortunately, is not functional right now, but everything is set up to work fine. I just need a sensor that actually works. And like I said, I tested it with the the one that came with the kit, and it works fine. It's just that one's not waterproof. All right, I'm gonna try and open this up with one hand. Oh, let me just show you where the cords are coming in. So everything is hot glued. Let's see if I can. Everything's hot glued into the side. So that's my power cable. So the power cable that's powering the relay switch, the solenoids, and the board. And that, of course, is plugged into my outdoor here. Sorry, it keeps getting fuzzy, out of focus. Anyway, so I'm gonna open this up really quick. I don't want to stop the video because, let's see if I can do it with one hand here. Just give me one sec. All right, there she is. Looks a little messy, but it's actually not bad. The only thing I think I would do in the future is shorten some of the cords. So it's currently in a watering cycle. This relay here is operating the 2 solenoids. Those 2 solenoids are functioning off of this board here, this breadboard, which has a breakout board that's powering it, so there's a separate power source for the solenoids, which is right here. And that hooks up to the relay, which is set up for normally closed. So normally these solenoids are not open. And then it sends power through one of the pins on the, sorry, it keeps focus. It sends power through one of the pins on the board, and that opens the relay, which of course opens the solenoid. So it took some fiddling to get that working. So the power source comes in and it splits off, and it does a split for each solenoid, and then it does one of the power cables, so it's actually a 3-way splitter. One of the power cables goes into the external power source here, and then another one goes into the actual breadboard. Now you'll notice I've got the extender attached to the breadboard as well, which of course, so I can actually plug into the system without having to open it up, because it is a watertight system. So all of the cords coming out of the housing here are all hot glued in and watertight. I've tested to be sure that they're watertight. So the photoresistor, some of it's not pretty, you know. I am no expert at doing this kind of stuff. I was learning as I go. There's the port for the extension so that I can plug it in, and then of course the port for the or the ultrasonic sensor, which doesn't work. It's just garbage. Now the ultrasonic sensor has its own breakout board, these waterproof ones. There's another style that I'm looking at getting. It kind of looks like the one that came with the kit, except it's waterproof. So I'm going to try that one, see if that works better. But yeah, don't recommend getting these. These were about 20 bucks each. I cannot afford to buy any more unworking parts, so I'm just not going to do it anymore. So, and yeah, oh, and also inside here you'll notice there is another capacitive moisture sensor. This one is not shielded and protected like the one on the outside, but this one is just to check to see if there is any moisture inside the housing. If there's any moisture inside the housing, the red light's going to go off. There's a red LED here that'll go off, and it won't do any of the regular watering functions. So it's something that I have to keep an eye on. Ultimately, I'd love to have this so that it actually communicates via Wi-Fi and lets me know on my phone. So maybe that's something I'll do in the future. I'm not going to worry about it right now. You'll notice there's a green LED light on right now. That means it's running its daytime cycle. So in the morning, once there's enough light, it goes into a new day cycle, and then it does its morning water, and then once it gets dark enough, it goes into the nighttime cycle and it does its nighttime water. And after it's done its nighttime water, the green light goes off. So at night there is no extra light on beyond what's just automatically on the board here. So anyway, that's the watering system. As I said, the biggest challenge I think in all of this is making sure everything is absolutely watertight, so that if it rains or anything out here, that thing stays totally dry, as well as all the points and everything. So another problem I had with this system was making sure that these, let me try and focus here again. For some reason it's not letting me, there we go. So these solenoids, you'll notice I've got some brass splitters, and these splitters have the tubing running from them. So originally I bought a couple of kits that used these plastic ones. Sorry, there's a garbage truck here right at this particular moment, which is great. course. Anyway, these plastic ones, garbage, hot garbage. No matter what I did, they leaked everywhere. I couldn't get them to go onto the, like actually screw on so that they were tight. No matter, like, and just no matter what I did, they leaked and they were just terrible. So anyway, I spent $30 for these kits that came with a whole bunch of stuff. Sorry about the garbage truck. So great little kit. Came with the plastic splitters and all of the other accessories. All of the other accessories are fantastic and I'm using all of them, but the plastic splitters were garbage. Now these kits came with these units here, which are great, and another roll of tubing, and of course the two brass ones. One brass kit came with 2 brass splitters, and that kit was $60. These were $30 a piece, came with 2 of the, each one came with 1 of the plastic ones, and they're garbage. Anyway, it pays to spend a little bit more money. Other than that, that's it. Everything's working great. So that's my sensor-driven automatic outdoor watering system, waterproof watering system, and I hope you've enjoyed the journey. This has been great, and about probably 100 hours to put together. All right, take care, bye.